Following her unexpected meeting with Dr. Karen DeLoss at the University of Michigan Kellogg Eye Center, Emma O'Farrell received a remarkable gift that came with strings attached in the form of training that she was required to undertake. Like everything else in her life, Emma determinedly tackled and succeeded mastering her mandatory training, and then realized that she owed a debt far beyond the norm.
I had to go through a whole procedure before I actually got the lenses.
To do what?
I basically had to get what was called training to insert and
Is it like a contact lens?
Yes, but they're almost the size of a quarter.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, they're about this size.
But clear.
They're
lens.
clear,
Yeah.
Yep, but they're also in a cone shape.
Huh.
And when you fit them into your eyes, they sit on the whites of your eyes.
Yeah.
They don't sit on the top of your eye.
Okay.
When I have them in, I don't feel them. I don't feel anything.
Do you have to take them in and out often?
No. I can wear them now for 14, 16 hours in a day. I can wear them all day, basically.
But you have to take them out every day.
I have to take them out at night. And I have a special wash and a rinse that I do with it. It's not a case of rinsing them under water. I use a saline solution. And when I put them into my eyes, you fill the lens, the cone shape, with the saline solution, and then you put them in your eye, so your eye is sitting in a reservoir of saline solution. I had been in training 3 months, 4 months.
And was that to teach you, or was it to acclimate your eyes to the lenses?
Both. What she did was a whole series of eye tests to see on the prescription I would need for the lenses. And then that prescription gets sent away to Boston. And it's the Boston Foundation for Sight. And they're the ones, I guess, that started with the pros lenses. That's where she got taught. That's where she went to school. And so the prescription got sent there. And then the lenses get sent through to University of Michigan. And I go up there. But in between that time of them getting made, I go in once a month or whatever for training to insert and take out the lenses. And it's tough because I had anxiety.
Why?
Because these lenses were so big compared to ones that are the size of your pinky. You're now dealing with something that's the size of a quarter, and it's not just a case of pulling your bottom lid down and putting this lens in. It's a whole procedure.
How long did it take you to be able to do it? Because I'm assuming you're practicing with a lens that's just a dummy, it's just the shape.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so how long do you do that before you're like, okay, I think I can do this?
It took me a while because there was anxiety to begin with. I'd never inserted anything into my eye for a few years. I just given up.
Do they have to give you mental counseling as well as physical?
No, the girl at the University of Michigan that does the training for these new patients is very well trained in it, and she's very patient. She's very calmly spoken, and I think that's what really does keep your anxiety down, you know. And if you don't get it the first time, then okay, we'll sit back and we'll try it again, and you know. But my family was there through every step.
Really?
They were even in the room that I was training in to put these in and out.
The kids too?
Yes.
What did they think?
I'm sure that they were a little bit anxious too, you know, watching their mom stick something in her eye and pull it out again, but they were just there for me.
From the time that they were ordered, how long did it take before they came in?
It didn't take that long at all.
Month?
Maybe not even a month.
Okay.
And I went up, and I remember Karen DeLoss saying that, you know, this is the day, your lenses are here, but as long as I could put them in and take them out, I could take them home.
Could you take them home that day?
Yes, I did.
So tell me what you remember from putting those lenses in the first time.
How clear everything was. It was just amazing. I remember seeing my husband's face and how clear it was, and my kids, and just being overwhelmed that I could actually see like that instead of everything being fuzzy and double vision and I didn't have to squint anymore. And it was overwhelming. You know, you just get a bunch of butterflies in your stomach, and just being able to see how clear people's faces were was amazing. And then I remember her doing an eye test, and looking at the letters on the wall, and they were just crystal clear.
In being able to see now all of a sudden in a very clear vision, was there anything that surprised you about your husband or your children in seeing them that clearly?
No, not. I was just so happy to be able to look at them and see every line, see everything was what that was.
When you went home and looked in the mirror, were there any surprises for you?
Yes.
What was the surprise?
The way that I looked.
In what way?
I remember thinking that I looked older. Was the one thing I remember.
Did you care?
No. I could see. I didn't care. I could see. I mean, driving home that day, I could read road signs. I could read signs on stores, on, the sides of buildings. I could read people's license plates. And it became a game on the way home. Can you see that? Yeah, read it. Okay, so I read it. Being able to read a book to my kids, being able to see that was amazing. I mean, to begin with, I had to adjust, so I could only wear them for a few hours at a time.
Did you hate taking them out?
Yes. Because once I take them out, even to watch TV was so hard, I just couldn't do it. And even with the lenses in, for the length of time I had them in, even to push my cheek up, it still wasn't enough. It just still wasn't enough.
Did you get grumpy?
No, I get a little bit disheartened. But I always look forward to when I could put them in again.
So when do they become a natural part of your life? How long does it take? Do you remember?
It took a few months for them to actually become natural, and it was fun to kind of get up in the morning and put them in and go and do stuff, and being able to walk through a store and read stuff when you're grocery shopping instead of having to squint and kind of guess.
And cooking, like how do you read a recipe? Like all those things that we take for granted every day.
Well, to be honest, I don't like cooking. My husband does a lot of the cooking.
Okay.
I clean, he cooks.
Okay. Well, the house always looked clean to you. That's what I'm saying.
It did at that point. It did until I got the lenses, and I'm like, okay, not as clean as I thought. But I took care of that too.
That was how many years ago?
About 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm. So, happily ever after?
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yep. And it wasn't one of those things where, wasn't like getting a haircut and thanking your stylist. Getting your sight restored, and Karen DeLoss being able to take my sight from 2600 to 2020, 2025. And I'd never been in that for I don't know how many years. I don't know the last time I was ever at 2020. I always remember thinking I have to do something. I have to do something to say thank you for impacting my life, not just restoring, for absolutely impacting my life and my family's life.
Did it feel like a debt?
No. It felt basically like a calling, like I had an opportunity to do something here to show somebody how much they've impacted my life. And I remember thinking, flowers on a card, they'll never say it, they'll never be enough. I could never bring a bunch of flowers to Karen DeLoss as a way of saying thank you. That just wasn't enough. So I decided